for the morning, and it is 34 degrees in New Hampshire. This morning we had some looked like snow, like really early in the morning, but now it's turned to rain and it's pretty cold. It's supposed to get up to 40. Today is Tuesday. What is the date? The 9th? Is today the 9th? Look at your phone.
Yeah.
It's the 8th. Keep getting the days mixed up. Yeah, because Thursday's the 10th. Okay, so today we are headed to school, and my name's Cindy. Thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm just chatting as I'm on my way to school. And this week we have the standardized tests that we do for, the government, sort of. It's kind of good to take these tests to see, where the kids are at, and we get like a general idea of the abilities of the students according to standard questions. And we actually do the paper model. We do the fill in the circle. We don't use the computers. So we will do all of the work. It's going to take us 4 days pretty much to get the work done. And we do it in the morning, and then we have kind of light classes in the afternoons. And so it's kind of a different week. Some of the kids like it, some of the kids don't. It can be a little bit taxing on the students, but I think it's a nice little variety for us to work on. And so that's this week. And then we have, next week is 4 days because Easter. Easter is very late this year. And then we have a vacation week. I think we come back for Easter, and then we have a vacation week. So then we're done. We're done the end of May. So we're on the downward slide to the end of the year, and fun things sort of planned for the kids to have some fun times together, as well as getting the schoolwork done. And I'm a math teacher, so I try to done as I can for the year. I push through. Every day is a work day, and I like to kind of reflect on the progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. I teach 7th grade through 10th grade. And so I am just doing my little morning car chat. We're also in the state of New Hampshire. I work at the State House once a week usually, and we are doing lots of bill review. We had like 1,000 bills go to the State House this year, and they break up all of the bills into different committees, and the committees will review all of the bills. They have hearings. People can come in and talk about their viewpoint, etc. And it's kind of interesting now because you can watch everything on YouTube. So when I have time, I can catch up on what's going on with the different committees. Right now, we are talking about the budget for New Hampshire for the next 2 years. And every single budget I've been involved in has gone up. It's ridiculous. But when you think about it, municipalities, the budgets are going to go up because, they always do a 3% raise, isn't it, every year? So it's 3% for every single employee makes the budget go up already. So thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm just doing my morning car chat. It's 34 degrees in New Hampshire. Very cloudy this morning. Very overcast. Pretty cold. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming. Some of the things we're also talking about in New Hampshire are the Education Freedom Account. This is a gift from the government. I love that. Because we all know that the government is the people. The people put the money in, and then the people in leadership, supposed to be servants, but leadership give us back some of it. It's kind of a crazy system, but that's how it's working right now. So anyway, Education Freedom Account is for students, and if they are not going to public school, it's money that the parents can help their students with. They can use the money for books. They can use the money to send them to a different school, tutoring, any kind of resources that they might need for their student. There are many reasons why people would not use the public school, not just like, I don't like it or some reason like that, but there are a lot of students, maybe they do have special needs. They can't go to school. They can't participate in the classroom experience. And so they, now parents have a resource to be able to share with people. Hello, good morning. Thank you for coming to my car chat. I appreciate it. And so one of the things in New Hampshire that we're talking about is the Education Freedom Account. Some people might think of it as like a voucher, but it's not really a voucher because the money doesn't just go to the family. The money goes into an account, and when the person, the parent usually wants to access that money for something, they have to go into the portal and they have to say what they want. Now you can shop on Amazon with it, and you can buy notebooks, pens, sticky notes, anything that you need for your educational needs. You could even buy a computer, but you can only buy one every like 3 years, I think. Let's see, you could buy earbuds, you could buy an Apple Pencil, you could buy resources for school type supplies. And so you can do that. And then you can also like send money to your school for activities. Like if your school is having an activity and they have a fee, then you just fill that out, and then you can get the money for that in a couple different ways. So it's not money that you just get to put in your pocket to pay for everything. And it's just, you do have to be approved and make sure it's an educational need of some sort. So that's what we're talking about right now, is the Education Freedom Account. There are a lot of people that do not like it because they don't want money taken from tax money and given to private people. They want it all going to the public school. And they think that it's going to, affect the public school. But I don't, part of the issue is that maybe the public school would understand why people are taking their kids out. You can use the earbuds. They might understand why they're taking their kids out. If the schools were that great, why would the parents take their kids out? So we're working on refining that, making it better, and we're not backing down, which is good. We also have the car inspection drama in New Hampshire. New Hampshire has had a car inspection for forever, where every year it's your birthday, you have to go pay your taxes for your car at the town hall, and then you have 10 days and you have to get your car inspected. So this kind of gives you a time frame, puts you on a time limit, time crunch. And then also, you're trying to get the mechanic to fit you in as well. And, if you have a newer car, it's not that big of a problem. But if you have an older car, it could be a problem. If your check engine light goes on, you end up having to be at the mercy of whatever that guy or, the technician tries to help you with. So it's been kind of a pain. The inspection would be, they check your tires, they make sure everything works, like your, headlights and all of that. They also check your brakes, make sure your brakes are good and not worn down. They'll let you know if they're worn down. And then they also check your emissions, and they check for rust. Like up in New Hampshire, they would check your, like if you have holes in in the body of your car. And so those are the types of things they look for inspections. So one of the things we're looking at is doing away with that process. And I guess there are a lot of states, there are a lot of states that don't have that process. There was a car on the side of the road, so some of the cars were kind of moving over. But we're all okay, so we're going good. And so, we're working on that car inspection thing. A lot of people are afraid that if we don't have it, that people are going to not take care of their cars. And so I guess that could be a problem, but I guess for other states, they don't have it and they've been okay. So they say that sometimes it prevents people from passing their car, being able to drive their car. And so they don't want it. And so, yeah, what was the third thing? Right now we're doing the budget. We're trying to pass the budget. We're looking at, the budget is a lot of money. The budget for the entire state covers many items. And so that's a big deal. That's going to be this Thursday. We're going to vote on the budget. And the governor has put together a budget, I guess. I'm not sure how it all works, but the House of Representatives have to approve the budget. Everybody has to approve the budget. So we'll see how that goes. So two of the big things are the EFAs and the car inspections. And for the most part, there aren't major channels. Okay, so yeah, I'm just headed on to school. Just on my way in New Hampshire, I started these car chats to just kind of share the weather report. And it is April and it's still kind of cold. It's 34. We had a little bit of snow this morning. It's supposed to be up to 40 today, which is still pretty cold for this time of year. But we've already seen signs of spring. There's, daffodils poking up different places. So it's really, really pretty. So what was the other thing? My students are pretty good, actually. I was trying to think of the other thing that was headed out. I have one kid who's a senior, and he's headed out on senior trip right now. So that's kind of a fun thing for him. So I have a senior in high school and a senior that is going to graduate college this year. So a lot happening. All right, so I'm headed out and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.